If my flight hadn't been canceled, I would be dead. My name is Emma Carter. I was 34 years old and owned one of Southern California's most successful luxury interior design firms. My husband Daniel often joked that I worked too much. Maybe I did. That Tuesday morning, I was supposed to fly to New York for a 3-day conference. Daniel kissed me goodbye at Los Angeles International Airport. "I'll miss you," he said. "I'll be back before you know it." He smiled. "I'll be counting the hours." I believed him. 40 minutes later, the departure board flashed one word. Canceled. A severe storm had shut down every flight to the East Coast. Passengers groaned. Some argued with airline staff. I simply picked up my suitcase. I decided not to tell Daniel. I wanted to surprise him. We hadn't spent much time together lately. Maybe we'd have dinner by the beach. Maybe we'd finally have one quiet evening together. I even stopped at his favorite Italian bakery in Laguna Beach and bought fresh cannoli. I remember thinking, this was going to be a good day. I couldn't have been more wrong. When I pulled into our driveway, Daniel's car was already there. Strange. He was supposed to be at the office. Then I noticed another car. My sister Olivia's Mercedes. I smiled. Maybe she had stopped by for coffee. As I walked toward the front door, I heard voices. The door wasn't fully closed. I was about to call out. Then I heard Daniel laugh. "Tomorrow changes everything." I froze. Olivia answered. "I still can't believe she never suspected us." My heart skipped a beat. Suspected what? Another voice spoke. A man's voice, calm, professional. It was our family lawyer, Victor Hayes. "The paperwork is finished. Once she's gone, everything transfers exactly as planned." I couldn't breathe. Daniel laughed again. "I told you she'd never read the new trust documents." Olivia laughed with him. "She signs everything." Victor replied, "After tomorrow, Emma Carter officially dies in a car accident." The bakery box slipped from my hands. Cannoli scattered across the porch. For one terrifying second, I thought they had heard me. Silence. Complete silence. I stepped backward slowly, carefully. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely breathe. Then Daniel spoke again. "Relax. It was probably a raccoon." They laughed. I ran. Not to the car, not yet. I hid behind the hedge beside the garage. The living room curtains were slightly open. I could see all three of them. Daniel poured champagne. Olivia raised her glass. Victor opened a folder. Daniel smiled to Emma. Olivia clinked her glass against his. "May tomorrow go exactly as planned." They drank to my death, and none of them knew. I was standing less than 30 feet away. I stayed hidden behind the hedge. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. Every instinct told me to run, to call the police, to scream. Instead, I listened. Daniel refilled everyone's champagne. "Tomorrow at 8:30, he said. "She'll be driving the Pacific Coast Highway." Victor nodded. The guardrail near Crystal Cove was damaged after last week's storm. Olivia smiled. "It'll look like she lost control." My stomach turned. They had planned everything, even the location. Victor opened another folder. "The insurance company will release the payment within 30 days. $22 million. Daniel whistled. "And the company?" Victor smiled. "You become the sole owner." Olivia laughed. I always knew Emma trusted people too easily. I felt tears burning my eyes, not because they wanted my money, because my own sister was helping them. The woman who had stood beside me at my wedding. The woman I had defended my entire life. Daniel suddenly stood up. "I should get going. If Emma calls, I need to sound like I'm at work." They all laughed again. I slipped quietly back to my car before anyone could see me. I drove straight to the airport. Not because I was leaving, because I needed them to believe I had. Inside the terminal, I bought a coffee. Then I took a selfie in front of the departure board. Finally on my way to New York. I posted it to Instagram. Within seconds, Daniel liked it. 30 seconds later, he texted me. Safe flight, sweetheart, love you. Read I stared at the message. He had just toasted my death, and now he was telling me he loved me. I didn't reply. Instead, I booked a cheap hotel near the airport under my maiden name, Emma Brooks. No one would think to look for me there. That night I barely slept. Around midnight, my phone vibrated. It was a notification from our home's security system. Front door opened 11:57 p.m. Then another. Garage door opened. I opened the live camera feed. Daniel, Olivia, and Victor were loading something heavy into the trunk of my SUV. A few seconds later, Daniel opened the rear passenger door. He placed something inside, then carefully closed it. I zoomed in. It looked like a child safety seat. My heart skipped. We didn't have children, so why? Why would they put a child's car seat into the vehicle that was supposed to crash? Then Victor looked directly toward the security camera. He smiled, reached up, and disconnected it. The screen went black. I didn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Daniel raising a champagne glass. Asterisk to Emma. Asterisk at 6 the next morning, I drove to our house. The neighborhood was still quiet. Daniel had already left. Olivia's car was gone. I parked around the corner and waited. At exactly 7:15 a.m., Victor's black Mercedes pulled into our driveway. He looked around before stepping out. Then he opened my garage. I watched through binoculars. He walked straight to my SUV, opened the driver's door, reached beneath the dashboard, and disappeared from view for almost 5 minutes. When he finally stepped back, he wiped his fingerprints from the steering wheel. Then he drove away. The moment he disappeared around the corner, I ran. My garage still smelled like gasoline. I opened the driver's door. Nothing looked unusual until I knelt beside the pedals. There, hidden behind a plastic panel, a small black device, wires, a blinking red light. I had no idea what it was, but I wasn't touching it. Instead, I pulled out my phone and started recording. Every angle, every wire, every serial number. Then I noticed something else. The brake fluid reservoir, almost empty. Impossible. Daniel had insisted on servicing both our cars just last week. I opened the hood. One brake line had been sliced almost completely through, just enough to fail. After a few miles, not immediately, only when I was driving fast, exactly the way they had planned. My legs nearly gave out. This wasn't an accident. It was murder. I called the first person I thought I could trust. My best friend Rachel. She answered immediately. Emma, aren't you supposed to be in New York? I'm not. My voice shook. I need your help. 20 minutes later, Rachel arrived. She looked under the SUV, then looked at me. This wasn't done by an amateur. You think so too? She nodded. Someone wanted the brakes to fail. I showed her the photos from the security camera. The three of them loading something into the back seat. Rachel frowned. Let's see what's inside. We opened the rear door. The child safety seat was still there, strapped tightly into place. It looked brand new. Rachel leaned closer, then suddenly froze. Emma, what? Don't touch it. I looked carefully. Beneath the blanket inside the seat, a small digital timer was blinking. Asterisk 00, 1842 asterisk. The numbers were counting down. Whatever they had hidden in my car was about to activate. The timer kept ticking. Asterisk 00, 1841 asterisk 00, 1840 asterisk. Rachel grabbed my arm. Emma, we need to get away from the car. We backed out of the garage as quickly as we could. Neither of us spoke until we reached the sidewalk. What if it's a bomb? I whispered. Rachel shook her head. I don't know, but we're not taking that chance. I called 911. This is an emergency. I think someone planted something inside my vehicle. Within 10 minutes, police cars blocked the street. A bomb squad arrived shortly after. The technician carefully examined the child's safety seat. Then he looked at us. This isn't an explosive. What is it? I asked. He removed a small black box hidden beneath the blanket. It contains a GPS tracker and a remote dash camera. I frowned. A camera. He nodded. It would have recorded everything inside the vehicle. Rachel looked confused. Why would they need that? The technician didn't answer. Instead, he opened the memory card. A pre-recorded video automatically began playing. Daniel appeared on the screen. He looked directly into the camera. If anyone watched this video, it meant their plan had failed. Emma, he said calmly, if you're seeing this, you're supposed to be dead. Every officer in the driveway froze. Daniel continued speaking. The police will probably believe your brakes failed. They'll think it was an accident. He smiled. But just in case, I wanted to leave one final message. He lifted a document toward the camera. It was my will, except it wasn't mine. The signature looked like mine, but I had never signed it. Daniel laughed quietly. You really should have read the paperwork before signing it. My blood ran cold. Every document Victor had brought me during the past year, every contract, every amendment, every trust form, I had signed them without reading. Daniel looked straight into the camera. People always think murder is difficult. It isn't. The hard part is convincing everyone it was an accident. The video ended. Silence filled the street. One of the detectives slowly turned toward me. Mrs. Carter, I think this case just became attempted murder. Before I could answer, Rachel looked toward the end of the street. Emma, a black SUV had just stopped across from the house. Behind the tinted windshield, someone was watching us. Then the driver slowly lowered the window. It was Daniel. He smiled, raised his coffee cup toward me, and drove away. Daniel drove away as if nothing had happened. He had seen me. I was sure of it, yet he didn't panic. He smiled. That frightened me more than anything. The detective noticed my expression. "You know him?" I looked directly at the black SUV disappearing down the street. "That's my husband." The detective froze. "The man in the video?" "Yes." Within an hour, detectives searched my house. Every room, every office, every computer. Then one officer called everyone into Daniel's home office. "You need to see this." A hidden safe had been discovered behind a bookshelf. Inside were passports, cash, several prepaid phones, and a notebook. Every page contained dates, locations, amounts of money. Next to each entry, someone's name. My name appeared 6 times. Beside the last entry was tomorrow's date. Under it, only 2 words. *** final payment. ***. The detective closed the notebook. This wasn't planned overnight, no. I whispered, "They've been preparing this for months." Just then, Rachel walked into the office carrying my laptop. "Emma, I found something." She opened my email. Most of it looked normal. Business meetings, client contracts, invoices. Then she opened the trash folder. Hundreds of deleted emails. None of them had been deleted by me. One message caught my attention. From my bank, ***, your request to add Daniel Carter as sole beneficiary has been approved. ***, what? I had never requested that. Rachel kept scrolling. Another email. ***, life insurance policy successfully increased to $22 million. Then another. ***, beneficiary updated. ***, Daniel. Every time, someone had been accessing my accounts. The detective looked at me. "Did your husband know your passwords?" I nodded. "He set them up." The detective sighed. "Then this is bigger than we thought." Before anyone could speak again, an officer rushed into the room. "Detective, what is it?" "We found another camera." "Where?" "In the bedroom." My heart stopped. The officer swallowed. It wasn't recording the room. It was pointed directly at Mrs. Carter's side of the bed. Silence. The detective frowned. "Why?" The officer handed him a memory card. He inserted it into his laptop. The newest recording appeared. It had been made just 12 hours earlier. Daniel walked into the bedroom alone. He looked directly into the hidden camera, then smiled. "If you're watching this, Emma figured it out." He paused. "But that's okay." He looked at his watch. "Because by now, she has already trusted the wrong person." At that exact moment, Rachel's phone rang. She answered. Then every drop of color disappeared from her face. She slowly looked at me. "Emma, the police just received another report." "What report?" Rachel could barely speak. "They found your body." The room went completely silent. I stared at Rachel. "What are you talking about?" She lowered her phone. "A woman's SUV went off the Pacific Coast Highway early this morning." My heart sank. "The police found your driver's license. They believe it's you." The detective immediately understood. The accident already happened. I nodded slowly. They couldn't kill me, so they found another victim. Within minutes, we arrived at the crash site. The road had been closed. News helicopters circled overhead. Television reporters stood behind police tape. One headline flashed across a news van. ***, local business owner Emma Carter presumed dead ***. I looked at my own picture on the screen. Watching the news report about your own death is something I hope no one ever experiences. The detective led me to the edge of the cliff. My SUV lay crushed against the rocks below. The same SUV whose brakes had been cut. Someone else had been driving it. A forensic investigator walked toward us. We identified the victim through personal belongings. The detective interrupted him. "No, you identified the belongings, not the victim." The investigator frowned. "We haven't completed DNA testing yet." My stomach tightened. Then another officer approached carrying a handbag. "We recovered this from the vehicle." I recognized it immediately. It wasn't mine. It belonged to Olivia, my sister. The detective slowly looked at me. "Did she borrow your SUV?" I shook my head. "Never." Then everything clicked. Daniel had expected me to leave for New York. When I didn't show up, he couldn't cancel the plan. Someone still had to die. Rachel whispered, "Oh my God, he sacrificed Olivia." At that moment, another detective ran toward us. "We found surveillance footage from a gas station 20 minutes before the crash." "What does it show?" He handed over a tablet. The video began playing. Olivia climbed into my SUV. She looked nervous. Daniel kissed her, opened the driver's door for her, then stepped back. She drove away alone. 3 minutes later, Daniel followed in his own SUV, watching, waiting, making sure the plan worked. Rachel covered her mouth. He murdered his own girlfriend. The detective nodded grimly. No, he murdered his accomplice. Then my phone vibrated. Unknown number. I answered without speaking. Daniel's voice came through the speaker. Congratulations, you finally know the truth. I felt every officer around me go still. Then Daniel calmly said, now you're the only person left who knows it. The call disconnected. The call ended. Nobody spoke. The detective looked at me. He knows you're alive. I nodded, yes. And that makes you his next target. I looked toward the ocean. No. It makes him overconfident. The detective frowned. What are you thinking? I smiled for the first time in 2 days. I'm going to let him believe he won. The next morning, every television station reported the same story. Asterisk asterisk, businesswoman Emma Carter dies in tragic highway accident. Asterisk asterisk, my photograph appeared everywhere. Flowers began arriving at the house. Clients posted emotional tributes online. Former employees shared memories. The whole world believed I was dead. Only 5 people knew the truth, me, Rachel, the detective, 2 FBI financial investigators who had joined the case after discovering Daniel's offshore accounts. We watched everything from a nearby surveillance van. At exactly 11 o'clock, Daniel arrived at our house wearing a perfectly tailored black suit. He looked devastated. At least, that was the performance. He hugged guests, accepted condolences, even wiped away fake tears. Rachel shook her head. I can't believe people are buying this. I couldn't either. Then Olivia's parents arrived. My aunt collapsed into Daniel's arms. My poor girls, she cried. I lost them both. Daniel hugged her. I loved Emma with all my heart. I looked away. I couldn't listen anymore. An hour later, everyone gathered in the garden overlooking the Pacific Ocean. The lawyer stepped forward. Emma Carter's final wishes will now be read. Daniel lowered his head, pretending to grieve. Victor stood beside him, completely calm. They thought everything was over. Victor opened the folder. According to Mrs. Carter's will. He stopped. His face changed. What? Daniel whispered. Victor quickly flipped through the pages. This isn't the document. Daniel frowned. What are you talking about? The will has been replaced. The detective looked at me. I smiled. I replaced it yesterday. He almost laughed. What does the real one say? I looked through the windshield toward my own funeral. It says, the reading must stop immediately if I'm present. Daniel suddenly stood up. What does that mean? At that exact moment, I opened the car door. Every head turned. One guest screamed. Someone dropped a wine glass. The minister froze. Daniel slowly turned around. Our eyes met across the garden. His face became completely white. I walked calmly toward him. Past the guests, past the flowers, past my own coffin. Then I stopped only a few feet away. The entire garden was silent. I looked at Daniel, then at Victor, then at every person who had come to mourn me. Finally, I smiled. I'm sorry I'm late. I paused. My flight was canceled. No one moved. Then I looked directly at Daniel. I just wanted to hear what you planned. After my funeral, nobody breathed. Daniel stared at me as if he had seen a ghost. You. His voice barely came out. You're dead. I smiled. So your plan didn't work. The guests looked from me to Daniel, confused, terrified. Victor quietly stepped backward, toward the garden gate. The detective, who had been standing among the guests disguised as a mourner, immediately blocked his path. Don't move. Victor froze. Daniel tried to recover. This is some kind of misunderstanding. He turned toward the guests. My wife has been through a terrible trauma. I laughed. Really? You told everyone I died yesterday. I pulled a small remote from my purse. I think everyone deserves to hear something. I pressed play. Hidden speakers around the garden came to life. Daniel's voice echoed across the estate. Asterisk asterisk, people always think murder is difficult. Asterisk asterisk, every guest turned toward him. Asterisk asterisk, the hard part is convincing everyone it was an accident. Asterisk asterisk, silence. Complete silence. Daniel's face lost all color. Then another recording began. Champagne glasses clinked. His own voice again. Asterisk asterisk to Emma. Asterisk asterisk, Olivia's voice answered. Asterisk asterisk, may tomorrow go exactly as planned. Asterisk asterisk, several guests gasped. One woman covered her mouth. Victor whispered, turn it off. I ignored him. The final recording played. Daniel speaking on the phone. Asterisk asterisk, once the money clears, nobody will ever know what really happened. Asterisk asterisk, the detective stepped forward. Daniel Carter. Victor Hayes, you are under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, fraud, forgery, insurance fraud, and the murder of Olivia Carter. Daniel looked at me. You set me up. I slowly shook my head. No. You set yourself up. He suddenly ran. 2 detectives tackled him before he reached the gate. Victor didn't resist. He simply lowered his head and held out his hands. As officers led them away, Daniel looked back one final time. "I loved you." I looked directly into his eyes. "No. You loved what I owned." He didn't answer. Because he couldn't. 3 months later, Daniel was convicted on every charge. The investigation uncovered forged documents, stolen company funds, fake insurance claims, and years of financial fraud. Victor lost his law license and received a lengthy prison sentence for helping organize the scheme. The truth about Olivia shocked everyone. She had believed Daniel was going to leave me. She never realized she was only another part of his plan. After the trials ended, I sold the house in Laguna Beach. Too many memories lived inside those walls. I started over in Santa Barbara. Smaller house, smaller business, a quieter life. Sometimes people ask how I survived. I always give the same answer. I survived because one canceled flight changed everything. If that plane had taken off, no one would have questioned my death. No one would have uncovered the truth. Sometimes the worst inconvenience of your life becomes the reason you're still alive. And every time I hear that a flight has been canceled, I smile. Because once, it saved my life. ***, the end. ***.